You might be surprised to see that I've come back to Bali. I never really expected to come back to Bali. It's somewhere that I used to come quite often when I was a younger backpacker. And my subscribers, rightfully so, called me out and said, Paddy, you haven't even been to the northern areas, the central areas of Bali. You've only been in the touristy areas of the south. No wonder you didn't have a good time. Have you actually seen how beautiful Bali is? And my answer was, no, you're right. Maybe I should go back and rediscover Bali, go to the places I've never been to before, immerse myself in the true Balinese culture. I love Bali, once again. So that's exactly what this mini-series on Next Level Adventures is all about. Discovering new parts of Bali, getting a better, broader perspective of this beautiful island. So strap in and let's get to know and rediscover Bali and put it back on the map. And this is all because of you. So thank you for sending me here. Let's begin. If you come into Bali as a tourist or a digital nomad, there are three things that you need, okay? Your passport, a plane ticket, and travel insurance. The travel insurance company that I've trusted and loved over the past few years, and that is of course Safety Wing. As someone like me who travels a lot, it's great to know that I'm covered by Safety Wing in over 180 different countries. As you'll see, this trip to Bali involves lots of motorcycle rides, climbing over volcanoes and mountains and treacherous terrain, and knowing that I have all of the cover that I need just gives me that peace of mind that I need to really fully immerse myself in the traveler experience. So I don't need to worry about the what ifs, and I can just concentrate on the adventure at hand. Over the past few years, I've been lucky enough, touch wood, to have never had to make a claim for sickness or injury. But if I did need to do so, Safety Wing make that process really easy. And if you do need to submit a form, that process takes less than 5 minutes. Plus, it's a pay-as-you-go system. If you do need to opt out, maybe you need to take a break from traveling or whatever, you can just immediately tell Safety Wing and the following month you'll stop getting charged. So if you're a tourist coming to Bali or you're a digital nomad and you need travel insurance, check out Safety Wing today. Anyone who signs up using the link in the description will help this channel film some future adventures around the world. Right, I thought since we're going to be here for the next week exploring the mountainous northern areas of Bali, we should start at the beach here on the east coast in an area called Sidemen and work our way up the foothills, up to the top of the mountains. So I got in yesterday, rented a motorcycle, which I picked up at the airport, and I spent like 3 or 4 hours getting very lost. It's just so nice to be back in Indonesia. I forgot how much I love the culture here. I've never been further north than Ubud, and I went right past Ubud and immediately thought to myself, wow, I actually feel like I'm in a completely different country.
So, Goalawa Temple, aka the Bat Temple, 50,000 to get in. This place has a lot of significance to the locals as it's one of the 6 holiest places on the island. And the thousands of bats that live just behind the temple inside the cave bring a very unique element to this place of worship. And even though it was built in the 11th century, the place is incredibly immaculate and well kept, and as you can see, stunningly beautiful.
I've never seen so many bats so close to the entrance of the cave. Wow. Wow, that's a big one. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay, 25,000 for a coconut, not too bad. Now, if there's some OG Bali people watching this, you know, maybe you've been coming to Bali for 20 years, 30 years, and maybe you live here, and you probably think that
this beach is now touristy, because there is umbrellas and there's sunbeds and there's people here selling things. And you probably are one of those people that say, I remember when this beach didn't have anything and nobody knew about it. And it's because of YouTubers like you who made it what it is now. Well, I'm sorry, okay? But to me, this is beautiful. Compared to the other beach we were just at, yeah, I can see why it's called White Beach. And we can just watch the ferries coming in, coming out. This east coast of Bali. I mean, this series is more about the mountains, but I wanted to start at the beach and I'm blown away. I'm surprised. I did not expect this in Bali. I did not expect this. We're in Bali. And I've had a nice little hour here, and I will happily stay here for the rest of the day, but there's a lot more of this area that I want to show you, so let's get going. This is what I mean about how colourful and fragrant the culture is here. I have to make way for an awesome parade. Hello. I hope it's not a funeral. It doesn't look like it. Everybody seems to be happy and colourful. Hi. Hello, hello. Oh, it smells amazing. All the incense is burning.
Oh, you're a strong boy.
Oh, these guys have got knives or swords. Hey, what's up? Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hi. And now we can continue. The next stop is a waterfall. Some of these roads are not for the faint-hearted. Luckily, I've got quite a bit of experience, so I'm just taking it slow. Okay, we made it. Yaga Satru Waterfall and the Brahma statue. Okie dokie. If you're not one for renting a motorbike and going off on your own, by the way, there's so many tour guides that you can find online, and ask your hotel. At the hotel that I'm staying at, which I'll show you later, they said, oh, if you need a tour guide, let us know. We can put you in contact with an English-speaking local, and you can drive around in a Jeep, and he'll take you probably to some of the places that you'll see in this video, plus many more, I'm sure. But I kind of prefer just getting on a motorbike and doing my own thing. As I'm sure you're aware, by the way, Indonesia, the most populated Muslim country in the world. However, bang in the middle of Indonesia, this little island of Bali is a Hindu island. So I think that just adds an extra spice. You do have the Muslim mosques doing the calls and everything that you would normally expect in Indonesia, but the majority of the color and the culture here is based around Hinduism, an infinite amount of gods. There's always some god to be celebrated. When I lived in India, I lived in Kerala for 4 months, and I traveled around India a few times, obviously very Hindu, and there's always something going on. So you're never short of something culturally interesting to perk you up and make you smile, whether it's a big gold statue of a beautiful god and the distant calling of a beautiful song, and out looking to the ocean and looking up to the jungles. I mean, what was I doing in Canggu at all those beach clubs? Getting drunk and having a good time. But this is the Bali I should have been coming to all those years. Let's go see this waterfall. You can see the waterfall, and it looks like there's a pool down here. This is super, super nice. Nobody here as well.
as far as travel experiences go, if you were to ask me, Paddy, you know, what was the most beautiful waterfall you've ever seen? You know, somewhere deep in the forest, far away from tourism. Where did you feel at one with nature? Where did you have a magical experience? I would never have thought I would have said Bali. But that's exactly what I've just had here, hanging around. We've only just begun our exploration of Bali. That's what speechless looks like. Having lots of fun out here in Sidemen. Thank you so much again for the recommendation. Just been driving around having so much fun for like 2 hours now. Nowhere really to go. Just the nice twisty roads. And the locals here, they're so nice. You know, they wave, they smile, they're very welcoming. There's a very beautiful atmosphere in this part of the island. And I mean, just look at it. I just flew the drone around these rice terraces. It's been like this now for the past half an hour. Just driving past lots and lots of rice fields. Lovely. Check out this rickety old bridge. Wow. So yeah, this place here, the Sidemen silver making workshop class. I don't have time today, but if you do find yourself in this area, check this place out. It's 300,000 and that includes 7 grams of pure silver. 2-hour workshop. They'll show you how to make jewelry. I think they're showing him a design he likes and then they're learning how to make it. There's a girl making a ring and this guy, he's making something else. And this would be a real fun activity. And you get a silver piece of jewelry out of it that you make yourself. No problem, no thank you. Don't say sorry. Keep the place nice and tidy.
Hello, how are you?
Hello. Are you open?
Yes, sir.
Looks like a fancy resort over here. Looks like you can camp over here. A little bit of lawn tennis. I don't know. I've ordered a chicken burrito and a jackfruit burrito. I'm thinking that I can cut them in half, eat half of each and take the rest home. Where I'm staying, the hotel, is quite nice. I'll share with you some footage of it now. It's only 10 minutes away from here. And it's a lovely room, actually. But I don't really recommend it because it's quite expensive. And I had to sleep on the floor because I didn't have a fan in my room. They had a fan only in the living room pointing down, so I slept underneath the fan last night. And the food is so expensive at my hotel, so that's why I'm just going to get more food than I need here and eat back at the room tonight. I mean, I know this is a cliche, but I'm genuinely really shocked, really blown away by just how much beauty there is inside and away from the hustle and bustle of the south of Bali, away from the crowds. It's a pleasure to be here. Anyway, hello. Cheers. Good morning. Welcome to another beautiful day here in Bali. I'm just looking up at the beautiful mountains in the distance there. They've been not in sight for the last few days because of the rain. I'm leaving my little eco stay. Thank you to the person on Instagram who recommended this place. I didn't really enjoy my first night here because even though the room's really nice, it was so hot. I had to sleep on the floor down there because the fan, that was the only place that the fan was blowing air. So I had a lovely bed upstairs and I didn't even use it the first night. Anyway, we're getting back on the bike this morning. We're going to be leaving Sidemen area and heading up towards, not the very top of that mountain. I don't think we could drive all the way up to the top of that, but we're going to be driving around the volcano, foothills, going as high as we can, just going inland, going north. It was those ducks that kept me up last night. They were quacking away till 3 in the morning. Quack, 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 quack. The rough itinerary, by the way, for today is Waterfall, biggest temple in Bali, up into the mountains, find a nice place to stay, enjoy sunset, hopefully with a nice view of the volcano. We've got our bike, we've got the countryside, we've got beautiful birds flying in the sky. Bali, the countryside of Bali, the north of Bali, away from the tourists and the carnage of the southern area. This is the place to come. This is the part of Bali that I've fallen in love with immediately. Area, Sidemen, it's just littered with temples. Everybody's house looks like a temple as well. And then the best part is all of the streets around here have these gorgeous lights. They have these bamboo sticks, right, that then arch over their own weight, and then they must run a cable through it, and then there's a beautiful artistic bamboo decoration that hangs down, and then there's a light bulb that swings in the wind. And in the evening, driving through, it's gorgeous, but during the day, it's just such a colourful experience to just drive around the road. So many gorgeous temples, and the locals here just, you know, getting their morning breakfast, hanging around, usual, beautiful village life. I'm really sad to leave this area of Bali, but I'm excited to go further north. I'm not quite sure what they've got here. Hello. Looks like a sweet drink. Yeah, lots of sweet drinks, like bubbly, like a Balinese bubble milk tea. Lots of sugar, lots of condensed milk. Not for me. Sad to leave, but excited to find somewhere new. Hello. Thank you very much. Right then, let's see if this is worth it. Okay. I'm not really one to queue up to take a photo. Just gonna keep walking down the little stream here and see what happens. See if we can find our own moment. That's a classic, that one.
Put down your hand. Hands up.
Oh ho ho.
Face there. Okay.
Good job. So what's the takeaway? The immediate takeaway from this experience of this waterfall? For me, it's don't trust Google Map reviews. Because this morning I was having my coffee and I was like looking around on Google Maps in this area. Okay, oh, there's a waterfall. Oh, it looks kind of nice. Saw a beautiful image of this guy just doing that image there that we saw. And the description was absolutely epic, beautiful, in the middle of nature. And I was like, yeah, I'm sold. Looks like another hidden paradise. But, I mean, like you saw, just at that last minute, leaving, when I turned to look at that Indian man getting his selfies done and being directed, that was a highlight for me, to see the real inner workings of a photo shoot. Another highlight was, you remember when I arrived at the waterfall, there was that couple and they were doing that beautiful, we were so in love pose. The second that they stopped posing, she showered at him, had a go at him, probably arguing about the fact there's too many people here now or something, I don't know, but really funny. Okay, so this part here is the oldest, 8th century, okay. It's nice that, you know, the locals get to go inside and they get to do their ceremonies in peace.
Only people go to pray.
Of course, yeah, only people who go to pray are allowed inside.
Yeah.
That's very different.
Yeah.
And I think the correct thing to do. So these are the good,
Yeah.
are the good and these are the bad characters.
Yeah. This one is good.
Interesting, okay. So these are the original foundations, what, 8th century you said?
It was built from 8th century until 11th century. Step by step.
Okay. This is interesting actually, having a guide. He's very knowledgeable. He just told me the reason why so many people here in Bali build their own temples in their house is because it's Hinduism, right? There's so many gods. You have to pray every day. And so it's just more convenient to build, like what we've been seeing for the past few days, it's just more convenient to build a temple in your own house, in your back garden. And then they only come to the big temples like this on special ceremony days. So he just told me that the reason why the roofs are shaped like this is because they are representing the volcano, which is actually right behind the temple and normally visible. But some clouds have just rolled in, but never mind. got to put my jacket on, guys. Oh, it's in my backpack. We're going up this mountain, and all of a sudden, it's quite nippy. Long-time viewers of the channel will know how much I love driving up mountain roads, coming up into the forests. Have a look at this. I haven't had any views of anything the entire time until this. That is absolutely massive. When I was at the temple, I found a little hotel. Looked quite good, and it was only about $30 a night. So I've booked it, and I'm just listening to Google Maps now in my ears. Just loving life. Okay, we made it. This is my favorite way to travel, guys. Is just use Google Maps for everything. Find things to see, find things to do, find places to stay. Yes, today's a good example. Following a Google review and not doing in-depth research can mean that you can have a bit of a nightmare. Wow. Is that lava?
Yeah.
There's like a giant lava flow out the front of the hotel. All of that's lava?
Yeah, it's from the volcano.
Oh my god, it is. All that black stuff is lava. And it must have come out of the volcano one time. How long ago did it erupt?
The big one is long time ago, almost more than 60 years ago. But
60?
3-time eruption. Second time almost like 30 years ago. But last one,
Uh-huh.
no, the 2000 almost is 20 years.
And were you not worried that the lava was going to come up to your house?
I'm not yet born because the big
Oh, you
lava,
weren't born?
yeah, and then it's a long time ago. But when I see the eruption, it's not so like a big lava.
Uh-huh.
There's a fire, like a grown a little bit. It's not so very dangerous.
Wow, it's beautiful, but it's also kind of scary to think. I'm going to check in, I'll show you my room. Found this on Google Maps. I can't get over that lava flow. I'm going to have a beer and watch that all night. That is beautiful. Something else. Wow. Oh, it's cute. It didn't look very, I mean, it looked fine on Google, but this is much nicer in real life. It's massive. I'll take my shoes off.
Yes, of course.
Right, as you can tell, I'm extremely impressed with this place. But I'm in a little bit of two minds because here's the thing. So climbing that volcano, that's happening. That's 100% happening. We have to get to the highest point of Bali, I think. We'll find out when we get up there, won't we? We'll see if there's a higher peak. But she's like, okay, start the tour at 2 in the morning, hike up around the back, up the ridge and up to the top, and then back down, and you get back down here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Or, and this sounds way better, don't wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, watch the game, relax, wake up normally tomorrow and just have a normal day, because in the distance, can you see that structure that's at the bottom of that slope? That's a temple, and you can drive there. It takes 20 minutes from here. So why don't we drive to the temple, we pay a donation when we arrive, we take some water, we take some snacks, we take our camera, we take our drone, and from that temple, we're already halfway up, or 3/4 of the way up. It's only a half an hour or maybe an hour walk to the crater, and then we'll walk around the crater, and we'll just do that today. We'll go do that now. It's 3:10. By the time we get there, it's 3:30. By the time we get up to the top, it's going to be 4, maybe 5, and then we'll stay up there for sunset. Okay, there's been a development. So the woman at the hotel told me, drive to the temple, pay a donation, and go up the trail. But now I've got in here, there's a ranger station, they've just stopped me. They've said I have to pay to have a guide, 400,000. And I do want to go up there, and it's just tourists apparently. I did call the hotel back and said, is this a thing? Why didn't you mention this? Because this guy's got no accreditation. He could just be scamming me. I have no idea. And there's a woman here, and it seems semi-official. I don't know. I'm just going to pay and just go up because I really want to go up there for sunrise. Sunset, sorry. I didn't want a guide. I can walk up the side of a volcano by myself, but obviously maybe as a foreigner, as a tourist, it's dangerous. Nice. Okay, there's a little hut checkpoint thing after about half an hour, and have a look at this. Let me just get up for you. We can see the summit. Oh, I can see somebody up there. There's somebody up there.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Long-time followers of the channel will know I don't like monkeys.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right and away, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. The limit of love is endless, I know. Just do what you want with me. Yeah, I want it all. Could care less the cost. I give you my everything. Some would say I'm insane in the right and away, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium.
It's like skiing.
And give me your freedom. Whoa, yeah, to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium.
It's a beautiful morning. Welcome back to northern Bali, and welcome to a beautiful part of the world. The bugs are waking up, the birds are chirping, everyone's getting up just like the chickens are. And last night I checked into this little hotel, and it was, I think it worked out to be $40 US a night, but the view, as you can see, is $40 billion. We're looking down into the lava flow. All that black stuff, that's lava. There was an eruption. There's been many eruptions since the dawn of time, and the lava has amassed itself in front of us. The morning clouds and the mist is forming, and the summit is in the clouds, which is great news, because last night, or yesterday afternoon I should say, the host said that I should go on a sunrise tour today, and I said no, I don't want to wake up early. You know, because you have to wake up at 2 in the morning to get up to the top. So I went in the afternoon instead, and I had an amazing weather. We had an amazing sunset, and everybody who's up there now, who's started their climb at 2 in the morning, will be freezing their butts off waiting for those clouds to clear. And we don't. We can just have a cup of coffee and relax. Thought we could come down to the lava flow itself and explore on foot, get a real sense of the texture of this place, get a bit more detail. And so I've just driven down the little mountain road. You can actually see our hotel up there, not far away at all. Just park your bike, and there's no entrance fee. You can do a little jeep tour, and I've been seeing them with the drone footage and when I've been having a drink up at the hotel. But I read online that they were super bumpy and you can get car sick and stuff like that. So I just thought, let's just drive down and explore on foot.
Stepping onto the lava flow for the first time, I spent some time just getting used to the gritty, unstable nature of the ground, careful not to sprain my ankle or gash open my ankles. But once I got used to it, I was able to really take in the beauty of this terrain and the humbling reminder, really, that this planet has incredible capacity for not just creation, but destruction.
This is my idea of fun. This is like a Paddy Doyle adventure park. A giant black lava flow that's cooled down enough for us to climb up. Doesn't look like it's gonna erupt. Famous last words.
Yeah, the true scale of this place certainly blew my mind once I got to this higher vantage point, and even more so when I flew the drone. Honestly, this area of Bali is exactly what I was hoping to find on this trip. A place far away from the crowds and a truly alien landscape, and something that I had never seen before, and certainly somewhere I'll never forget either.
Later that afternoon, after checkout, I got back on the motorbike and headed further, deeper into the central regions of Bali. The further I went, the more I was blown away by just how beautiful, green, and underdeveloped this part of the island truly is. heavens have opened up.
However, later in the afternoon, an almighty thunderstorm appeared. I ducked into some beautiful accommodation that I'd found on Google Maps, and I waited for the storm to pass. However, it didn't really. It was relentless all afternoon and all evening. So for this day, rain certainly put a stop to the adventure. Sun's out, bit of a blue sky, which is nice. Fingers crossed we have better weather today, but it's not guaranteed. Anyway, breakfast is served. We've got some fried rice with a fried egg, some chili sauce, some prawn crackers. Looks like a little orange, and some Balinese coffee. I'm not really gonna mess around this morning. I'm just gonna eat this, pack up, have a shower, and we're gonna get straight back on the road and try and make up for a little bit of lost time yesterday, explore these lakes and just see what the rest of the day has in store.
Yeah, I highly recommend this place. I'll leave the Google Map link in the description. Really nice staff. And beautiful garden, doesn't that look lovely? And with the misty mountains in the background, stunning. They did offer me a boat trip, but the lake's quite small and I think you just drive around in a circle. So I think we'll just sort of drive around the lake and see what we can find instead. When you're driving around Bali, when you go from village to village or from little town to little town, quite often they have these beautiful gates like this. This one's particularly beautiful. It's got these ferns growing all over it. And they just kind of mark the beginning of a little village or the end of a village. And then back onto the main road towards the next one. They're gorgeous. So this area of Bali is called Munduk, and it was one of the places that you guys recommended to me when I decided to come back to Bali. And so I saved it on my phone and I'm driving along, beautiful, gorgeous, and I see this little restaurant with this gorgeous little table. They're not open actually, I just popped inside, but he said I could have a coffee, so I think we'll have a little coffee and just soak up this beautiful view. Oh my god, thank you for recommending Munduk, guys. I would never have come up here. It's so green, luscious, and there is a distant thunder coming as well, so I don't know how long we've got till the inevitable happens. Maybe it will roll towards Java if we're lucky, hit these mountains and go off east. We're not quite sure how the day is going to pan out, but one thing's for sure is we're going to enjoy this coffee and this view and soak this up. I love the way the clouds are just on the top of the mountains here. I'll do a little time lapse for you so you can appreciate it. And I'll try and get some Wi-Fi and make some plans because I've run out of data on my SIM card, so I can't really navigate anywhere. Just driving around aimlessly, which is kind of quite fun actually. You guys recommended 3 beautiful looking waterfalls in the Munduk area for me to check out. I only really fancy checking out one, so I've just chosen one at random. It's incredible. It's stunning. It's amazing. It's so green and luscious. We're definitely going for a swim. I haven't got a towel. I don't care. I'm going for a swim. It looks amazing in there. And my favorite thing is the way that the jungle has grown all over the rock face, and then the water is kind of making its way through the foliage, across it, over the top of it, in between it. Truly amazing. We picked a good one. Thank you for the recommendation. Bloody hell. There's another one over there, and they've got the Golden Gate Bridge. Yes, this is it. This is just perfect. Just the right amount of people, and it's tastefully done. You know, having the bridge here, it contrasts and complements that bush that grows to the side and all around here. If you're wondering, it's cold. Very cold. I got very, very lost, and it spat me out on some rice terrace area of the island. I'm a little bit all over the place. That was 2 hours. I didn't really film anything because I had to have my hands on both sides of the steering wheel, or the handlebar, sorry, because it was really, really rough. Anyway, I've spotted some beautiful looking Harley Davidsons, and they've parked up outside a restaurant, and Harley Davidson drivers and bikers in general always know the best places to stop for lunch. So let's have a look. I absolutely love these bikes. I hope they don't mind. I've just parked right in the middle of them. This red, grey and black one is by far the best. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got speakers and everything. Like, you can listen to the radio. Look, speaker here, speaker there. Can you imagine just driving along, listen to your tunes? Cheers, big ears. Right, so I've gone for chicken satay, and these look incredible, by the way. They come on their own little mini hot stove, like there's coals underneath the chicken, and like the chicken's been perfectly charred. And there's chili on top as well. And then look at the peanut sauce. See, the bikers all know the good spots. Oh, wow. Oh. The peanut sauce is really creamy, nice and rich, not too spicy. Spot on.
Looks like rain. Beautiful, beautiful place. Wow. That was such a shame. It just opened 1 minute or 2 minutes before we arrived. Now let's go inside and see if they have any rooms. Fingers crossed they have. Do you have a room tonight? I didn't book anything because I didn't really have a plan today.
We have spring water today.
Is that a room?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The rooms have names. Okay. So how much is that per night?
You can pay yourself.
Just me, yeah.
That's 2,827,000.
2 million.
827.
So nearly 3 million.
Yeah, that's for one night.
All right. I don't know what let me Google that. I have no idea what that is. That could be $100. That could be $5,000. I don't know.
That's
I saw on Google it was 1.9 million.
no, that's hang on. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, I'm wrong. Right, that's spring water is 19. Yeah.
So 1.9.
1.957.
Yeah, that's what I saw on Google.
Yeah.
All right, I just saved myself $1 million.
Sorry.
It's 1.9 million Indonesian.
So around 140.
130 US dollars,
Yeah,
roughly,
130.
yeah. Okay, that's, you know what, it's my last day in Bali, let's do it. Yeah. Okay. Outside shower, bathroom. Lovely jubbly. Wow. National Geographic magazine, complimentary. And a nice big double bed with 4 pillows. No windows. Oh, there's no window. Huh. So for a bit of context, I put a post on my Instagram and I said, you know, what's your unpopular travel opinion? Because I know how much people love Bali. And I've been coming for years, and the last 2 times I had a terrible experience and I vowed never to come back, and I just wrote it off and I said one of my unpopular travel opinions is that Bali is just overrated, overhyped, too busy, too expensive, and it's lost its magic. And people went at me in the comments, and rightfully so, because I hadn't actually gotten out of Kuta, Canggu, Seminyak, Ubud, the southern areas, the popular tourist areas. I'd only ever been there. I'd never ventured north. I'd never even come into the centre. So Miles O'Reilly's comment really kind of stuck with me. He says, "My wife and I have travelled to Bali several times. We rent a scooter and we head to the hills. Having travelled Asia extensively as a couple, we can honestly say there is nowhere that rivals the nature, gushing beauty of Bali's remote interior and incredibly friendly village people. The tourist areas and its tourists are deplorable, which is true, but you'll find the more polar opposite experience in Bali when you get off the beaten track among the most beautiful people and places we've ever been to." And I thought to myself, oh, damn it. He's got a point, because I know whenever I've travelled to anywhere and I've gotten off the beaten track and I've rented a motorbike or gone on Dreamy or Zelda and just headed out into the wilderness, I've found nothing but beauty and culture and interesting experiences, and it's really changed my mindset on many places, including Thailand as well. So I thought to myself, you know what, I'm gonna
motivate myself. That comment literally kicked me into gear, and I booked a flight that night. And that was a week ago, and now I've just finished this trip. It was very spontaneous. Highlights for sure, Sidemen, the Bat Temple, and climbing the volcano. That was incredible. Exploring the black lava lake. That was amazing. And then we've had a nice few days in the Munduk area. Lots of beautiful waterfalls. And yeah, from time to time, we've got ourselves caught up in a few of the tourist traps, and that's fine. The interior does hold a lot of the popular tourist Instagram spots, and so we've found a few of those. But we've also found a lot of solitude and a lot of beauty. And for sure, I have a new unpopular travel opinion that I want to say, and that is that Bali is amazing and you have to go. We've rediscovered, we've rekindled our love for Bali. And I want to thank you for watching, and tomorrow morning we're off to Switzerland.